Hey guys, what's going on? Happy Monday. I took a couple days off, was actually away, so wanted to make my weekly video. I skipped on the 4 growth stocks this week, obviously, because I wasn't here, but I feel like this is more important because this is more relevant for you guys if you guys are looking to buy some stocks this week. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment below. Really trying to get my subs up, so if you just hit that subscribe button, it's much appreciated. So stocks to watch this week, these are the 3 I'm gonna talk about and to why. So Beyond Meat, ticker BYND, it closed Friday at 106.59. Where I would buy this and why I like this, my cost base is actually 121. So I'm actually obviously down on this position. It hit 52-week highs this year. I believe it got up to like 170, 180 a share. So I did say when that happened, it was super value. Just had a lot of good news with linking up with Pepsi and stuff like that. So obviously the market's been correcting down. The Feds have been saying things about, interest rates possibly raising quicker and stuff like that. So obviously this is a growth stock. So they're going to get hit the hardest, especially, if people want to, shrink down their positions and have more safe, reliable stocks, I guess, like less risky stocks. So where do I want this to be for me to average cost down? I would love to see it under 100. Depending on what the market does this week, I might buy a little bit at like 105, 110, but I would really like to see it 100 or under for me to average cost down. That would drive down my cost base significantly. This is obviously a long-term hold for me. I do believe in them. I think they're going to do great things with Pepsi and just branding and stuff like that. They're obviously McDonald's and, Taco Bell and stuff like that. So just a really good stock long-term. If you haven't watched my video, I guess I should say this now. I'm a long-term investor. I believe that's the best way to gain wealth. So it's the less risky / best way to do it long-term. Just doesn't happen overnight. Coinbase, obviously they IPO'd recently, a couple weeks ago. Ticker is COIN. They closed Friday at 224.35. This price is super appealing. I mean, I really should be buying it now, but I'm just trying to be cautious of my cash and what I think is going to happen in the market. My cost base is 330 or 320, so I'm getting completely obliterated on this. However, it is a very small percentage of my portfolio. It's probably less than 2%. So if this stock gets under 200, I will be buying, and I'll probably buy pretty aggressive. If it gets to like the 210 or like 220 range, I probably will make a small position. I'm more interested in building this position than this. 1, because this one's already bigger, and 2, I feel like this one has more potential. I just think Wall Street's having a very hard time analyzing Coinbase and like where they think crypto is going to be. Obviously, the stock has gone down a lot because of Elon Musk tweeting about Bitcoin, how it's not clean energy. In Coinbase, Bitcoin is, I believe, 40 or 50% of its trade volume. So obviously, it's right now it's following a lot what Bitcoin is doing. However, in the future, I think that as other coins come more relevant, maybe like Ethereum or other things, or maybe even Dogecoin, it would be less relevant and the stock will go up based on just crypto trading. So I do love this stock. It's probably the most interesting stock that I own, and this be where I'd be potentially buying. So obviously, and the cost base is hit hard right now, so I definitely want to take advantage of this, because I don't think once crypto, once Wall Street kind of gets a gauge on crypto, I really think it's, once it goes up to a certain extent, it's not going to come back down, because I think crypto's over that hump where it's too big of a thing to just say, oh, crypto's going to zero, it's never going to be used again. So people might hedge it like online gold, or it just needs to be used more frequently, but they need to find a way to implement it. So I do believe in crypto long term, and Coinbase is the industry leader as far as a broker. So I love that. It could be, this is a multi-decade play. I think this could be really big in the future. So I just want to make sure I have some sort of position just in case it runs up or does something crazy. It already hit over 400 the first day it IPO'd, so you'd almost 2x your money if it just went back up to those levels. Last one is Corsair Gaming, ticker Crsr. closed $31.63. This is also below my cost base. My cost base is 35. I would like to see it sub 30. I don't know if it's going to get there, to be honest. I do want to make this position a little bigger. It's like my 5th biggest position of the 15 stocks I hold. I would like to make it a top 3. I think there's a lot of potential in this stock long term. They're just so good with streaming and you know, PC building and aesthetics and accessories and headsets and keyboards. You know, streaming's going nowhere in the video game, like just streamers in general or people that play video games. I just think Wall Street has this perception that, oh, because everyone was stuck inside last year, the revenues were insane in all the gaming aspects. Like, I don't think that's true. I think if you like video games, you're gonna play video games no matter what. So this stock is definitely one I want to average cost down on. Obviously, I'd like to get under 30, but you know, I really do like these 2 stocks a lot. This one is my 3rd favorite, but I do like all these. If they hit any of these levels, I will be buying them this week. Let's see where I'm at here. Okay, so thoughts on the market in general. So a couple months ago, the Fed said, oh, we're gonna keep interest rates low to 2023. We don't see that much inflation. Well, obviously about a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, the Feds came out and said, hey, actually we do kind of see inflation. The market's red hot. The only way to cool off that is to raise interest rates. So basically the Fed hinted saying that, hey, we might raise them sooner than expected. So that made the market really sell off. Obviously when interest rates go up, it's bad for the stock market. So you know, that's kind of why I was saying I was holding a bunch of cash, because, you know, I didn't really believe the Feds when they said they were going to keep them below to 2023. I was just slowly buying positions, but when it went down the past, you know, couple weeks, it went down pretty significant. I mean, some of my stocks dropped like 15 to 20%. I was buying. I actually, a couple weeks ago, I made videos of buying Tattoo Chef, Corsair Gaming. What else did I buy? True Leaf I bought a lot of. There was like a lot of stocks I made videos. Obviously when I make videos. So I was almost making videos daily for like 2 weeks straight saying bought. And I've kind of cooled off to recoup some cash. But my thoughts are basically, I think it's gonna leg down one more time once the Feds officially come out and say, hey, we're raising interest rates starting now. We see inflation being a lot worse than what we expected. So I'm just being patient, waiting for that. As a long-term investor, you can't just, you know, if you get cash or you get a paycheck, you can't just be like, okay, I'm ready to buy today, what's good? Like, you really wanna be patient and wait for opportunities. So that's something you really got to teach your mind, like not to rush into things. You got to be patient. That's why, like all these, like yes, it's a $6 difference. Yes, it's a what are we at? Like a $4 difference, and this is a $1 difference. But like all that matters in the long run, in my eyes. And like you just need to be patient, because like if you buy it now and then a couple days later the Fed says it and it drops down to under 200, you'd be like, wow, I wish I saved my money and just took advantage of that. So you kind of got to predict like what the Fed's going to say. I kind of see it right now. So basically I'm just being patient. I think there's going to be one more leg down or correction. Once they say that, I think it's going to come in the next probably 4 weeks. And that will cool off the housing market or cool off the stock market. It's actually healthy. It really is, to be honest. Like you can't just, the longer they hold off, the worse this is going to get. The higher the bubble, you know, the longer it goes up, the bigger the pop, you know, the bubble's going to pop and it's going to crash down. That's how I look at it. So cash right now, I have 22%. I was down to 20 last week. I'd probably be up to some, like if I don't buy this week, I'll probably be back up to like 24. I did sell Spirit. So I sold that long-term gains. I turned 186% profit. So that's a nice little bonus. That's how I got like the 2-3% added cash. So I am out of Spirit. I bought that, I think it was like $12 or $13 a share, and I cashed out, I think at like $35 or $34. So that was a really good turnaround play last year. I did not think the airline business was gonna go out of business or anything like that. I knew the Fed was gonna backstop it, so that's why I bought it. I obviously bought that position before I had my channel. So I actually might make a video about that tomorrow, like where I bought, when I sold and all that. I was gonna do it this week, but I didn't. So that was a stock I just sold. So the reason I did that is because I think the airline play is kind of like, if you didn't get in it before like November at latest, you kind of missed the boat on it. It's probably going to be very volatile, like stagnant for the next couple of years, because, you know, the rush of people wanting to travel, that's already kind of hitting it. And then, you know, I don't think they're going to get the full capacity and full-fledged and upsell the airlines for a couple of years. So I really wanted to get out of it and apply my money elsewhere into potentially one of these 3 stocks. So I might make a video about that actually tomorrow. So yeah, so that's really all I got. These are the 3 I'm looking at. That's my thoughts on what I think the market's gonna do, and this is how much cash I have on the sideline. I don't like getting below 15, 10% unless something super crazy happens in the market where like it tanks like 30 to 40%. I will gladly go that low, but until then I'll stay patient. So that's all I got. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment below, and that's it. Till tomorrow, peace.